Okay, hopefully I am live. First time, so no idea. Okay, let's paint this painting. Ow, shit, sorry. Hello, Brian. Apologies if this is garbage, but it's the first time I've ever been live, so we shall see. Can you hear me? That would be a good start. Thanks. Okay, I've actually painted this already, just to give it a go, which I don't usually do, but didn't want to mess it up. So, got a couple of big shapes here, so let's blast some of those in. I don't really give a shit about the colours yet, but I'll pick the dark ones. I need a horizon line first. Get my head out the way. The focus has gone a little bit. That's probably when I hit it. But stick a horizon line in. Okay, that'll do. Just so I know what I'm working with. Okay, let's get some of these landfills in. Not that. Okay, splash some water in there. Water's a funny colour. I'll go for unsaturated blue, I would say that is. Yeah, I don't think it matters too much. We can change it later. Should be underneath. Okay, that's fine. I'll tidy that up later. I definitely do not know Russian. Hopefully, I'm Welsh. I don't know if that helps. Be pretty cool to speak Russian, but unfortunately not. I can't even speak Welsh either, so there's that. Why do you ask? Do I sound like I can? Welsh is basically Russian. Yeah, maybe. Welsh is weird, man. I was born in Wales, but as in a part of Wales, they don't really speak much Welsh. Although I did go to university where they did, but I still couldn't speak it. It's very hard, actually. Okay, I better tidy this up. I am generally very messy, so you will see. Don't care about that. Let's get some clothes in there. Here he is. I don't know what the hearts with the funny eyes. They freak me out, to be honest. But we'll go with it. You have to tell me if I'm doing anything wrong, because this is literally the first time I've ever done a stream. I am actually a web programmer in my day job, so you'd think I'd be good at this shit, so I'm not going to be too bad. Let's get some rocks in there. I do like rocks. Cannot have too many rocks. This is my photo from Scotland, by the way. I go to Scotland quite a lot, and they have super cool beaches. I mean, they're freezing, but they look cool. I'm a Newcastle fan, and we just lost to Brighton, so don't start, man. Come on, be arsed with that shit. Wrexham. Isn't that the Hollywood guys? The Hollywood guys owns Wrexham, doesn't he? I do like Deadpool. That's very good. I don't know enough of superhero crap, but Deadpool is pretty cool. I haven't seen the latest one though, Wolverine. Okay, he's look. Oh shit! You might notice if you forget to fill in the loop when you do this style, you kind of lose it. But you can get it back by just dragging and dropping these things, so you don't lose it completely. So not so bad. Well, it looks kind of weird with it. The beach now. The sand and stuff in Scotland is like, looks like the Mediterranean or something, but it's absolutely freezing. But it looks nice. On the wrong layer. There we go. We're starting to get somewhere. Oops. I'm myself a Russian. I don't know English at all, but yeah. Ah, nice. So I don't understand you. Great. Right. Not sure as much I can do about that, but you can watch. You can watch universal language of painting, I guess. I had no idea what Russian sounds like either. Let's just make a mess. Let's get something in there. I just try and make a mess early on, to be honest. That's all I'm trying to do is make a mess. And so I got something to fix. I might sound kind of messed up or whatever, but until you got something to fix. Midges. Yeah, midges are a nightmare, man. My god. You have to have the smidge cream stuff everywhere. Yeah, we're used to that. I just got back from the Lake District literally today. Luckily no midges, but we do hiking and stuff up there. As you can see, I am not interested in matching colors whatsoever. I don't even try. One thing to note, right, sometimes I do alpha lock, which is this one, and then like you can paint over it, but I do clip and mask, which is just above it, and it does exactly the same thing, almost exactly the same thing. Oops. But the difference is I can change the top of the one without the clip, with the clip and mask. So if I'm unsure of what I want to do, I'll do a new layer and then merge it later, which is really cool. I've only learned clip and mask in the last like 6 months or something, so lots of this technique is new to me too, because I used to paint acrylics and stuff, so I do like digital. Get my head out of the way. And I do love rocks. If you're wondering how to paint rocks, just paint lots of them. Lots and lots and lots of them. Oops. I have painted hundreds of rocks. They're surprisingly difficult rocks if you get the wrong shape, they just look weird. And I've got too many of the same angle. This is kind of crap, so we're gonna have to fix this. So we've got the, obviously we got 360, well not quite 360 degrees, so the sun's coming from this way, so I gotta make sure it's coming from there-ish. I think my friend's just joined. I don't know what his name is. He's gonna take the piss, I suspect. And one thing to do is when you have these rocks here, they look like they're floating. Now that's real bad. And what we're gonna do is the sun's coming from here, so we gotta make sure there's lots of shadow. Now you don't have to be accurate. You just have to make sure there's shadow. So you can see I'm messing around, and you can see I'm actually on the wrong layer here. So this looks like a total disaster, but I'm on the wrong layer, so it's because I got clipper mask on. We don't want clipper mask on when you're putting the shadows and stuff in. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. So the clouds are like a bit messed up, right? So we gotta deal with that. Now I go black and white with the clouds, but I might gradient map them later, which will make sense when I do it. Gradient map is so we can just change the color. So we go green or whatever. It doesn't have to be green. It doesn't really matter what color they are. At that point, you're just picking a color, and then we can change it. Now the clouds kind of dictate a lot of things. They can look kind of cool, but it gets confusing. So let's undo that and keep them white for now. So we get the values right. So the values are the most important thing. So I don't really pay attention to the photo so much, because you can't really tell where the light's coming from. It's coming from this direction, but it's kind of hard to tell, so I don't worry about that so much. Let's just make nice shapes. Oops, wrong color. If you get the wrong color in this, you can just change it quite easily. Oops. We don't have alpha lock on. Yeah, that was a shit fest. We need to go back and put alpha lock on. Thanks. Yeah, I do like editing. It is a lot of fun. I like it mostly more than the actual painting in the first place. Editing is pretty fun when you get into it. Time consuming, but it is fun. Oops. I will want to do some more real-time videos where I don't have to speed it up, but the watch time on YouTube is so bad. I'm not sure people want to watch the whole thing. You know, I have a video like 15 minutes, and the average watch time is like 3. So you wonder if people bother. Maybe live suits me more, I don't know. We shall see. You can tell me if it doesn't. Am I allowed to swear on YouTube? Oh, I don't know about that. I'll get banned. Not sure about that. Careful with that. So one thing I do with clouds, I always paint them the wrong color. Always. Absolutely always. So, no, the wrong color. They're black and white, right? So we can just boost them now. This is when I start messing around with color and seeing, and I usually oversaturate everything because I like it, and we can make colorful looking stuff. Okay, I won't swear again. I need a beeper or something. So yeah, I've been warned. I won't do that again. So you notice this green is very dark, and the water. Well, stop texting me live. My friend's texting me here. My phone's here. It's probably not a good idea. Matt, shut up. So actually, I'm gonna put my reference on my iPad and take my phone out of the way. 2 seconds, because I'm gonna get into trouble. I'll just put the reference on here, hopefully. Yeah, here we go. I've seen other people swear on YouTube, but maybe they get into trouble too. These policies about generate don't go wrong to us now. Okay, I get away with it once or twice, I guess. All right, but I'll save you, my friend, telling me stuff on my phone. Okay, we'll just stick it there, and I'll try to stop swearing. So, as you see, the lower base I always put, when I look at this photo, right, what I'm trying to see is a bunch of big shapes, and there's only a few, and this is why it's a good photo. Ish, it could be more interesting. But we got the sky, we got the water, we got the sand, massive bit of whatever, doesn't really matter what it is, and another one. So we've only got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 shapes. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes. Now the shapes in between don't really matter that much, and you can break them down into whatever you want, and within minutes I'll turn this off because it will be too influential on what I want to do. I don't actually want it to look like that, I just want it to help. Get rid of that. So all I wanted to do is this is one good trick, like, so I haven't got a good color here. I don't like this color, so I want a colorful sand. So there's a couple of ways to do this. You can gradient map it, or you can just alpha lock it and change the color to whatever. Just the color doesn't matter so much, as in it just needs to be a color, and once you have a color, then we can change it to whatever. So once you got a color in, we can do a lot with it, but when it's unsaturated you can't do a lot. So that's okay, because what I'm looking for is the darkest color, and because I'm going to lighten it up. So if this was light already, I'd be in trouble. So it's not, I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. So when I do that, I'll create a new layer, and then I'll put a clipping mask, and then I'll shift it. Why I use this one, you might notice there's other ones, the disc. I don't like the disc. The classic's good. Harmony's good now and again, but I go for classic. The reason is you can pick your color, and I'll always start with the base color, right? So grab the first color, the base color, and shift it a little bit. You always want to shift it. Doesn't really matter which way, but you got to shift it. And then you can change the saturation and the light. So you can do that with these sliders, which is awesome. It'd be very difficult without these. To start with that, shift it a little bit, and then do we want more saturated or not? It doesn't really matter. No, let me rephrase. It does matter. You're watching this without an iPad, then yeah, I don't know. Have you got a Cintiq or something? Yeah, I guess you could do this pencil and paper. The theory is the same, right? I learned for about 5 years with acrylics and canvas and stuff like that, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, the iPad is awesome, to be honest. I'm not going to say it isn't. So the most important part is I want it brighter. So we do this, but I want it brighter. But with my technique, the color fill, I just want to make some shapes and whatever. And you can see I picked the wrong color. But what's quite nice is you can leave the shape there and you can mess around with it until I get something I want. So I want more yellow, and I want it brighter. So it before you even commit, you get to mess around, which is pretty cool. You can see some of these rocks are messed up now, right? So you see that I don't pay attention early on because I want to just blast it in. But, you know, I can't have this. You know what's going on there. So let's just fix some of those and just make it physically correct. I mean, as much as it looks loose what I'm doing, it still has to be physically correct. Otherwise, it looks a bit mental, and you're not gonna like it, basically. So let's fix some of that. Probably got too many rocks. They might be a bit too big, actually. So why I say that is because they can't all be the same size. They're all the same size, really. I think these should be smaller. So I grab these, turn color fill off. Let's grab these, and let's mess around with those. Freeform's good, because, oops, that's just the shadow. So I want to grab both of them. I don't know if you know Procreate, but you can grab them just by swiping over there. So you can grab both of them. And I didn't again. Where the hell? I got another layer somewhere. Okay, got 3 layers. Let's grab them all. Don't go away, I got 3 layers. My god, there's another layer, right? This Jesus. Alright, grab those. 3 layers, this should work. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's better. Just so it's not all the same size. Doesn't. They're kind of crap now, but they won't be so important later. It's kind of, we got a lot to go, right? So we gotta highlight this, we gotta highlight that, and we gotta highlight the water. Let's go for the water. So I'm fairly confident I'll get this color correct. So let's alpha lock the water. Pick the watercolor. Annoyingly, when you choose select, you can't color pick anymore, which is so annoying. So you have to color pick before, but we will go for something like that. And press something in. What? What's going on there? Something funny going on. Try to clip a mask. Don't know what's going on there. Seems to be fine. Ah, don't have color fill on. User error. So let's go for. Right, I kind of ignore the colors. Ignore the colors on the actual painting. But you'll see there's a harsh line there. We can't have that. It doesn't matter if you have the wrong color there. We pick something, but then now we can change it to in between. You know, it's looking better. I like this dark patch there, so we can go to the one underneath and we can just change it. Saturate it, whatever. I'm not paying attention to what it actually looks like anymore. I don't care. I just want it to look interesting. Okay, and now we need to do the grass. The grass is fairly major in this one, so we need some highlights. Yeah, thanks. I noticed after about 5 minutes, Scott. With this technique, I'm always pressing the wrong button, to be honest. Always. So, one thing to note with the greens. Green is a horrible color. My wife's favorite color is green, funnily enough, but it's a horrible color. And lots of the famous artists, landscape artists back in the day, they didn't use green, and they always used yellowy, orange, or blues, or reds, or whatever. So they basically went this direction, which is very interesting, and you'll see why when you try and use this horrible color. This mostly these colors don't exist in real life at all. I know I'm trying to do vibrant things, but they don't actually exist. So when you do these colors, they look absolutely horrendous because nothing looks like that. Maybe some horrible Lamborghini or something, but real colors don't look like that. So if you need a highlight for a green, don't go there. Don't do that. Take the greens. So dark greens and dark saturated greens, like from here down, they're all fine. But when you need a highlight, shift it to the left, and then lighten it a little bit. So you don't have to use the sliders. You can do this, but the point being is the highlights need to be like a yellowy color. So you can go blue as well. You can go the other way. So you can go that way as well. You have to kind of avoid this area. Not all colors are made equal, and like luminous greens are just horrendous. So you gotta avoid them. Reds are difficult too. That's kind of a different scenario. But these greens are just a pain in the ass. So we go. Oops, whoa again. I think I get away with that. So we got to. I lost all my. I must have undone this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix the rocks. But where are we going? Clear this. Mistakes. So clip a mask. So highlights coming from here. With grass though, grass is very, very dark. So you don't actually want to worry about too much where it's coming from, as long as you just got some interest. Now it's the wrong color, right? So somebody asked me a comment the other day. It's like, well, how do I deal with color? And it's like, how do I deal with it? Mostly I get it wrong and then fix it. So one trick is to zoom out. I wish these dashes weren't there. You could toggle those off. They're very useful sometimes, but so try and get it close to what it already is, because you can do it again. So we got some highlights and we can highlight it again, but once you start doing this, you can see that this one's too harsh, and the rocks are not sitting again. I think I messed up the shadows underneath. So there's a lot to fix, and the camera's blowing this out a little bit actually, but the clouds are not. They got too much difference going on. So sort that out. And the beach is a bit unsaturated because it needs to be mental colourful. Doesn't have to be, but I like a mental colourful. But if you like pastel colours, I mean, all the colours work, and probably don't want rocks being so grey either. But we can leave it for now. So let me fix these rocks. These rocks are annoying me. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I just turned it off. So one thing I do with the rocks, I always start off black and white, just because it's easier. But then I'll do gradient map and then pick something. Doesn't actually matter which one, as long as it's just a neutral-ish color. It can be purple for all actually makes any difference. So I'll show you it doesn't actually make any difference, because we're gonna change it anyway. And we'll pick something. You can go a bit darker, or it'll be fairly neutral, or they go a bit nuts. I don't like these rocks. I'm gonna have to paint them again. Like I got lots of issues with these rocks anyway. I'm trying to just be loose to make a point, but this is far too. I mean, I don't want it to be that distinctive. So let's grab that. Let's do that and do a medium difference. Okay, that's not so bad. We're gonna have some white bits going over the top anyway, so it's not gonna matter so much. I don't like these rocks. I'm gonna get rid of them. I'm gonna do them again. They're shite. And so if you zoom out, it doesn't look too bad. Put the rocks in. Actually, it doesn't look so bad when they're dark, but they're way too noisy. So I'm gonna do those again because they're a bit crap. So let's try and make this grass more interesting. Now what I see when you go green, ugh, horrible. Okay, that's not too bad. Not too bad. One thing's cool about the water is when you put almost white, things start to look cool when they go white. I'm gonna have to get a normal brush out here, but put out the top, the one underneath. You can go pretty much white here. So it starts to look like a beach when you get this kind of thing going on. And we want some dark bits for like pretend rocks or something. We'll have to get some rocks back in there, but the highlights will be good for now. Okay, starting to look good. Let's try these rocks again. That was a bit of a disaster last time. I had too many of them. and they weren't different enough. Take my time. Again, it's a bit better, a bit more subtle, maybe a big one. One thing that's nice is to have a few in the water. The reason we put them in the water is because it looks so cool when you have the white bits going around. Because you get, we're always drawn to contrast, and you can't get much better than that and that. So it's a nice little easy trick. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I think I don't like, oops, I drawn 2 layers. I think I want this more saturated and lighter. One thing I do as well is I use curves. Curves is kind of weird, but the only thing I really do is push this around, which makes dark darker, and push that around, which makes light lighter. And so basically it gives you a lot of color contrast for free. But I've got 2 nuts obviously. Okay, it's looking pretty good. I like these elements, they're probably a bit too big, but you gotta keep the rocks dark this time. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We need some shadows though, so things sit on the floor. Like something this big would have a shadow underneath it. And these two, I'll just drop the opacity in a second. So you can leave them quite harsh, but we don't want them that harsh. Okay, let's add some detail here. Okay, not too bad. Let's get some more highlights here. Wrong color. Okay, I think I'll turn this off now. It's just distracting. Now I can do what I want. This so does not saturate it enough. Whip out the pen. Technical Studio. Okay, time for a border, I think. Oops. I've died. Alright, check my camera. Okay, technical difficulties. Not entirely sure why. Battery maybe? Okay, we'll end it there, and I'm not entirely sure what happened, but that was one good test. Maybe my camera turned off or something. But thanks for coming, guys, and hopefully I'll tell you why it froze, because I don't know. Give me a second. Give me a second. I think maybe the battery couldn't have died because it's plugged in. I don't know. I will try. Hang on, the camera's back on. Oh no, the battery's dead. Well, that's useless because it's plugged into USB. Yeah, not sure what I can do about that because I don't actually have a spare battery. Okay, sorry about that, guys. But I will try and, I don't know what you do about a battery dying. I'll have to get some sort of extra dummy battery or something. Okay, I'm not even sure how to turn this off, but thanks, guys. I'll see you next time, hopefully, and I will make sure my battery doesn't die next time.